Well, I'm not going to lie, this prompt has been a challenge. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. Today, we are returning to Scrawlrchallenge. So this is the May 2024 Scrawlrchallenge. If you haven't seen the unboxing for this one, definitely go and check it out. The prompt for this one, as I said at the beginning, it's, well, I've been on the struggle bus. I really have. It has not come easy to me to begin with, but I tell you what, let's come in, let's look at the supplies that we've got, and I'll talk about the issue that I've had, and then we'll get on with the piece of artwork and actually complete the challenge for this month. Okay, here we go. So this is the Scrawlrchallenge box. I haven't even eaten my sweet yet. I'll probably do that whilst I'm doing this piece of artwork, but this was a nice box. We had these 5 different Posca pens in a variety of colours. We did a little bit of swatching out with them here, so you can see what those colours look like. We also got this Winsor Newton Pro marker, which I know these markers really well. I like these markers, so I was very happy with this indeed, although I've never paired them up with Posca pens, so that was a bit of an interesting experiment. We got our sticker, of course, and our Scrawlrchallenge, but our surface to work on this month is card. It's plain white card, and I use this a lot for ink sketching, so I'm very comfortable with this. The bit that I found difficult is the actual Scrawlrchallenge. So if we go to the back of the Scrawlrchallenge, the prompt is off the wall. There we go, off the wall. Which, I mean, it didn't inspire anything in me. Nothing was in my brain at all. And I looked at the artwork, and I feel like a lot of people might have had this same issue, because the artwork that came and the artwork that's in the book from this artist, which is Corp, is all graffiti style artwork. It's very bold graffiti style, and lots of people have just done graffiti art because graffiti is on walls, or they've drawn a brick wall and then drawn something on it. So for me, off the wall, yes, it means walls, but it also means something slightly quirky. It's unusual, but, you know, interesting at the same time. So I really, just nothing was coming to me at all. And I was sat at my desk this morning thinking about what I'm going to do for this video. It's been mulling around in my brain for days and days and days with nothing coming up. And I was just flicking through some random photos that I have, and I had some pictures from the Louvre and from Notre Dame from last time Andrew and I were in Paris. And then it hit me, off the wall. So there are things on buildings that are strange, weird, unusual, but interesting. Those are gargoyles and grotesques. They are slightly different, gargoyles and grotesques. So a grotesque is what most people probably consider a gargoyle. It's that hideous face or creature that's on a wall. That's actually a grotesque. A gargoyle is essentially the same thing, but it's part of a guttering system. So it's actually part of the downpour system. And you'll find these, often they look like a dragon or a mouth or sometimes a priest's face, and it's vomiting forward water. That is a gargoyle. And then there's something in between. Between that, you've got decorative guttering. And that's where you've got lovely ornate cast iron gutters that have details within them. And I was looking through and I found a picture which I then went ahead, and you'll have to forgive me using a pencil, but I actually sketched out this piece of guttering. So this is from the walls of the Louvre. I've tried to put in some perspective on this as well. So this actually has sandstone in the back, which I think will work really nicely with this ivory colour. I think that's going to do really well, and we can go over it with the Pro marker to add some shadow and depth. But the actual gutter itself is a kind of blue. So actually this blue is going to be great, and I thought we can use the black for some of the shadows and whatnot in there, and maybe some of the white watered down with a brush to pick up some of the highlights on the guttering. But that essentially is what we've got. This was a very quick sketch. It only took me a few minutes. It's not incredibly detailed. I don't want it to be incredibly detailed because the nibs on these are quite thick, and it's going to be difficult to get that amount of detail and get it to transfer and to translate onto such a small image like this. But anyway, that's my prompt, that's my idea, that's what I'm intending to do. So I will set up my camera and tripod and everything, so we've got a top down, and then we'll launch into a time lapse and actually get going with this. Okay, well I have to say, for a prompt that I had absolutely no ideas for and which I found incredibly uninspiring, I'm actually not displeased with this. It feels like an architectural drawing. It feels like something that would be in an architectural, you know, display of things from around the Louvre. I'm actually quite pleased with it. I do like the fact that with the Posca pens, if you're drawing and you're doing line work for your kind of fill of colour, then it gives volume to your shapes. It gives them mass. It gives them three-dimensionality, and then it means it's less work for you to do when you go in with your stippling or however you're going to shade. Speaking of shading, I used this over the blue. It was probably a little bit too soon. Because the blue hadn't quite dried. It's now, I've cleared it all out, but I had to scribble quite a lot to get the blue off of the old alcohol marker. But you know, that's it is what it is. Nothing I can do. Well, there is something I can do about that, but it had already gone beyond that point by the time I had done that. I like that this is just like a slice. It's not completely filled the whole page. It's just focusing in on this one piece of part of the Louvre's guttering. I never thought I'd be saying that on a video. But anyway, this is my off-the-wall piece of artwork for the May 2024 Scrawler Challenge. Really love to know what you guys think, so leave a comment down below what you think of the prompt, the supplies, this piece of artwork. Don't forget to check out the unboxing if you want to enter that giveaway competition. Yes, that's right. Every month on the Scrawlrbox unboxing is giveaway time. But for now, as always, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And until next time, goodbye.